Hello and welcome to the Daily Mill Saturday of October 2022. Today's Mill news. It was a match day today, home against Middlesbrough, and pretty good. This formation change seems to be working. Huh? Who knew? So Fleming at the doubles, Mill scored 3 points. This is from millfc.co.uk. Zion Fleming's double gave Millwall a 2-0 win over Middlesbrough at the Sky Bet Championship Saturday afternoon at the Den. The Dutchman's early free kick gave the Lions a lead in South London before Fleming added the Hees and Mills tally in the second half. Now that free kick, now we see against the Blackpool game, he scored and it was taken on. It was given by the PA as an own goal on the goalkeeper, on the Blackpool goalkeeper. This one, that was later reversed. This one, I think they're going to give it as an own goal. Because the free kick, if that wall wasn't there, it wasn't going anywhere near the goal. It hit the wall, two-man wall, and then went into the goal. So I think this one might actually be overturned and made an own goal. So just watch out for that. So Gary Rowett opted to name an unchanged squad to visit the Borough, meaning that Sean Hutchinson kept his place in the back four, whilst Andreas Vogelsama, Fleming and Tyler Berry supported Tom Bradshaw in attack. Just 5 minutes in with the first chance of the game, the Lions took the lead after Tom Bradshaw was fouled. Fleming's free kick took a massive deflection to wrong foot Zach Steffen and wind its way into the back of the net. The Dutchman could have doubled his tally just 2 minutes later, but he headed Vogelsang across over. Fleming then opted to curl one towards goal in 16 minutes, but he found the arms of the goalkeeper. The first Middlesbrough chance came just seconds later, but a header landed onto the roof of the net. Paddy McNair's free kick was then blocked by the wall, with Matt Crooks' close range attempts going skywards as the visitors looked to get back into the game. Riley McGree then tried his luck with a curling attempt from outside the penalty area for 34 minutes, but the shot failed to trouble George Long. One thing that did trouble Long was McGree's free kick with 7 minutes to play till the half-time break. The stopper saw it late, but managed to palm the ball over for a corner. From that kick, Rodrigo Muniz peeled away at the back post and should have done better with his free header. Unfortunately, he nodded well over. Just seconds before the break, the Lions could have had two, but the excellent double save with Steffen after Vogelsama let fly with a dipping effort from distance, the keeper palmed the ball straight into the path of Bradshaw, who found his attempt from close range also stopped. 4 minutes into the second half, it was 2 for Millwall and 2 for Fleming after Hutchinson's free kick was lofted forward and knocked back across the box by Jade Cooper, found the Dutchman unmarked to slot home. Fleming tried his luck for the hat-trick with 56 minutes on the clock, but found the grasp of Steffen before Bradshaw headed the dual shovel free kick over as the Lions went on the hunt for more goals. Rowett brought Callum Styles onto Bury and then introduced George Honeyman and Mason Bennett onto the pitch as Fleming left to a standing ovation. And with Mills seeing out the game and their two-goal advantage these, Long had to save Borough substitute Matthew Hopp's shot with 5 minutes remaining to prevent a frenetic finale. The referee blew time shortly after on a fifth win in 7 home matches for Millwall. And the team was unchanged, but was Long, Hutchinson, Wallace, Cooper, McNamara, Vogelsama, Fleming, Mitchell, Bury, Saville, Bradshaw. The subs that were used were Bennett on 83 minutes for Vogelsama, Honeyman on 83 minutes for Fleming, Styles on 57 minutes for Tyler Bury, and Afobe on 66 minutes for Bradshaw. Unused substitutes were Biakowski, Evans, and Shackleton. So there you have it, and a massive bumper crowd of 15,638. I mean, the ticket collection queues were incredible. A lot of people queuing to collect tickets. I think it was a last minute option to buy tickets because, as I said previously, the club sent out code to a number of people, 75% off of a ticket. I think a lot of people took advantage of that deal. And I think depending where you sit, I don't know if there was any restrictions there or what seats were in. But they used to do the thing before, um, friends and family for a tenner if you're a season ticket holder or a member. That was in League One. I don't think they've done that in the Championship yet, because the games sell pretty well in the Championship anyway. But I think whoever decided to do it that way, because it works out about the same. I think if the ticket's 33 quid, 75% off, that's about between £8 and £9. So, but that's more enticing to you. If you say you can get a ticket for a tenner, or you can get a ticket for 75% off, is a special code just for you, and it's in your email box. Go and use it. I think a lot of people, did you say fell for it? Oh, it is a good deal. It's a deal, but they've just dressed it up a certain different way, doing it in a certain different way, and it seemed to work. A lot of fans piled down there for that one. That was a massive crowd, 15,638, and only 1,436 of those were away fans. And fair play to them, because no trains, and so that was impressive for them. So there you go. So now we're going to move on to post-match comments. There's a lot this week, a hell of a lot. So let's just run through them in no particular order. This is from londonnewsonline.co.uk, South London Press's online website. Mill deliver with 4 at the back as Zion Fleming moves clear at top of club's scoring charts. Gary Rowett's decision to stick with a 4-man defence paid off as they beat Middlesbrough 2-0 this afternoon. Zion Fleming moved clear at the top of Millwall's goal charts this season with his double at the Den. The former Fortuna Sittard attacker's free kick clipped off the base of the wall to wrong foot keeper Zax. Yeah, we know that. Let's just get to the Millwall won all their championship matches this season, which have taken the lead. Rowett stuck with a 4-man defence, which he initially switched to in the 1-1 draw at Rotherham on Wednesday. It followed the path of a lot of our home games, said Rowett. Our home form has been excellent. It would have been very easy for me to go back to the 5 for the home game because of that form, but I just felt there was enough in the Rotherham performance to try at home. Really? I think if you would have returned to 5, you would have found out pretty quickly. Here's the thing. We won the Blackpool game. We won it. We did win it. We beat Middlesbrough today. We beat them. Here's the thing. They had 1 shot on target. They didn't have that many shots. I think it was like 7 or so. We had 9. They had 1 shot on target. Because you know why? Because the best form of defence is attack. If your opponent is busy defending, they cannot attack you. Simple as. It really isn't that hard. So we beat Middlesbrough today. We beat them. There were moments where it worked really well. Transitions. We've got an extra couple of forwards, maybe 10, 15 yards higher on the pitch, ready to break and break wide. We did that quite well today. That was probably Vogie's best performance. His work rate for the team was fantastic. And Zion with his 2 goals, really, really pleasing. 2 different types of goals that he scored so far, which highlighted talent. It was a nice positive early goal. In 10 out of 14 or 15 games this season, we'll let the opposition score the first goal, and statistically it is then very difficult to win the game in the Championship. You need more than one player who goes on that scoring run. You need those different threats coming from all over. If you're going to play 4-2-3-1 or 4-2-4, however you want to term it, then you need those front 4 attacking players to contribute in the game. Goals, assists, and moments of quality. We created some big chances first half. That was my only disappointment. Even though they were a little bit fortuitous with the first goal to go ahead, there were a couple of big chances. Bogie with a great cross to Zion. He should have probably scored. Do a lot better. And Bradshaw and Bogie, it's an absolute rocket of a shot. The goalkeeper spills it. Bradshaw should have really scored with a rebound. Indeed, Bradshaw, what is happening? Missing some big chances, Mr. Bradshaw. At 1-0, you're always fearful that one thing changes the course of the game. Sometimes with a 4, you feel like you could be a little bit more open, be more gaps and spaces for the opposition to run into, but we've defended really, really well. We look back to that solid base that we've had previously regardless of the formation. Why does he keep talking about the formation? That was the same way again today. Middlesbrough, apart from the crosses into the box and set pieces, didn't really feel like they were under massive threat. When you go 2-0 up quite early, it's like, I'd like us to pass the ball a little more and get on the ball a little bit more and have more control. But out of possession, we were very controlled and kept them at arm's length for the majority of the second half. Indeed. Moving on quickly. Some praise for some individual players. This is also from LondonNewsOnline.co.uk. Millwall midfielder took Borough game by scruff of the neck and pressure on Long to keep performing between the posts. Yes, this was George Long's first clean sheet in the league game, which helps. Billy Mitchell earned praise from Millwall manager Gary Rowett after performance in today's 2-0 win over Middlesbrough. The Lions Academy product had an impressive performance as the Teessiders left the Den pointless. Saville's midfield partner George Saville also helped them dominate the midfield battle, facing his former club. Only Murray Wallace, 65, had more touches than Saville, 60, in the Millwall team. Billy has taken games by the scruff of the neck, said Rowett. That's what I like about him. He doesn't hide and show responsibility. Off the ball, he's been excellent, breaking the game up. That competitive side of him. He's really mobile. He's getting on the ball more and starting to play forward. It's something we spoke to him about. And Rotherham, he played really well. The next level for Billy is to unleash that forward range of passing. He doesn't need to go forward and score goals to stand out. He needs to give those forward players better service at times when he is playing in behind or to the front. It's something he works very hard on and staff work very hard with him. Him and Sav were really, really good as a pairing again today. They were good up at Rotherham and they were good again today. Indeed. All marks for that comment, yes. George Long kept his first clean sheet in the league for Millwall. I just said that. The keeper only had one late save to make for Forest substitute Matthew Pop. Yeah, they only had one shot on target. Long commanded his box well in his fourth successive championship start, since displacing Bartosz Białkowski. If you're going to keep a player like Bart out of the team, you've got to perform really well, said Rowett. That means clean sheets and good distribution. That's one of the reasons he's in the team. He gives us something a little bit different. Bart is an incredible shot stopper who's shown that over the years, Longy gives you something a little bit different. We can transition a little quicker, set things up at times to go and win second balls to get us up the pitch. Every player has a different skill set. Indeed. What they've got to do is use those skills to the maximum to stay in the team. Bart's been absolutely outstanding for us over a long period of time. That's competition, what we need at the moment. So praise for Billy Mitchell, George Saville, and George Long from Gary Rowett. Nice stuff. So moving on to this. Oh dear, here we go again. Gary Rowett reserves judgment on Millwall's new formation. This is from Southern News. I've got the feeling, I don't know why, that Gary Rowett doesn't want to play this formation. Maybe someone above him. Who's above him? There's like two people above him. Kavanagh and Berylson. Maybe one of them's told him, hey, fucking just play four at the back. It's possible. This does kind of happen at times, but I don't know. He doesn't seem to like it, does he? Even though you can see the proof is in the pudding. The fruits of your labour are there to see. What's the problem? 2 games in a row now, the opposition have only had one shot on target. Well, the one against Rotherham was a penalty that they were given. We're defending higher up the pitch. We're attacking more. Like, what's the problem? So, hang on. Let's see what he has to say first before we crucify him. Gary Rowett believes it's too early to make any judgments on Millwall's shift to back 4. The Lions have picked up 4 points from 2 games using the 4-2-3-1 formation, while performances have improved as well especially at the back. You know what? I would fucking love it, yeah? I would love it. If we play 4-2-3-1 from now until the end of the season, and we win the fucking league, and he has to fucking, oh, well, 4-2-3-1, but yeah, well, we did win the league, but if we played 3-5-2, we could have won it by an extra 20 points. I'd fucking love it. I would love it. Zion Fleming seems to be thriving in his natural number 10 position, scoring 3 goals in 2 matches just this week. However, Rowett is keen to reserve judgment over whether it will suit Millwall in the long term, highlighting the need to analyse certain statistics as well. Well, I've just told you 2 games in a row, the opposition's only had 1 shot on target. Figure it out. I've had to really think about each formation. I think it's because we haven't really found that form that I like, he said after the match. Who knows? We've done it for 2 games. How many games have we played a back 5 for 2 games and actually been good for 2? Not many. It's about being good over a 10-game period, a 15-game period. Indeed. It's about stats and how many chances are we getting. I look at really simple KPIs. How many chances do we get and how many chances do the opposition? How many shots on goal do we get and how many shots on goal against us? Only then do you start to see the pattern emerging, whether the formation is better for us. In my opinion, we could have played a 5 today. If we applied ourselves in the same way, we would have won the game. It's as simple as that. No, it isn't. Something that, of course, gives you that little bit of positivity, because we've created some big chances with the formation. But I wouldn't have gone to it if I didn't feel it was something I considered great intent. It's about the players to keep making it work. Indeed. Yeah, he's got stick up his arse about this formation. I think somebody said something to him and said, "Look, give it a go, because if you don't, you'll be out of a fucking job," or something like that. Something's gone on. Because he's playing it, he doesn't want to play it. He keeps moaning about it, and he keeps saying he doesn't. It could be better if we play 5 at the back. What is he talking about? Like, bruv, what you doing? And here we go, another one about the formation. So this is from London News Online. Here we go again. I mean, fucking hell, what is going on with this guy? Huh? LondonNewsOnline.co.uk. So he's talking to the players about the formation now. So Millwall boss reveals conversation with his players after making the switch to 4-2-3-1. Millwall manager Gary Rowett has revealed the message he gave his players after switching formation. The Lions boss has shifted to a back 4 for the last 2 matches, a 1-1 draw at Rotherham on Wednesday, and then today's 2-0 victory over Middlesbrough. Charlie Cresswell and Scott Malone both did not make the Matchday 18, with Rowett preferring to have Callum Styles and George Evans, of course. First name on the team sheet, George Evans, as cover for Murray Wallace and his centre-backs. There were excellent performances from Danny McNamara, indeed, a recently restored at right back, as well as Billy Mitchell and George Saville. Rowett said, "I spoke to the players and said, look, I'm going to pick the best team for 4-2-3-1. It's got nothing to do with other players. It's got nothing to do with who I like that. It's about the players who are in the team. They've got to work hard to keep the shirt. I felt they did that at Rotherham, which allowed them to go again today. We need that little bit of fire and competition that perhaps we've been lacking in other games. Shax was really unlucky because he's been one of our brighter players previously. He was unfortunate to come out of the team, but he'll come back into it at some point. But Dan's done well. He's come back in with that little bit of edge about him. The way he has defended and the way he's gone forward down his side. Him and Muzza were outstanding today, yes. A couple of big tackles down his side. We defended as a team really, really well. And Rowett was booked for the 2nd match in succession. Me and one of their members of staff had a little argument. Explained to the Lions boss, it was nothing too much. I think the ref said they should give it back to our keeper, and they clearly played it to our defender, who, as he passes the keeper, they go and press him. Yeah, that's not very nice, is it? It wasn't really sportsmanlike, so I had a small disagreement. Surprisingly, I was the only one who got booked, despite both of us who were doing it. Go figure. Yeah, like, what are you doing? If you're gonna pass it to the keeper, pass it to the keeper, and then don't fucking. And then when the Millwall player, okay, I'll pass it to the keeper, then don't fucking charge him down. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing? That's not how it goes. So what have we got? We've got two more. We've got two more post-match comments from Gary Rowett. Oh, I don't know why they've written so many stories about this. He must have just been there for hours after the game, just yakking away. Mill boss pleased by home consistency after beating Middlesbrough. The Lions bounced back from their draw in Rotherham by taking all 3 points at the Den this afternoon. Bounced back from a draw. We haven't won away, so a draw is a good result for us. Although we should have won that game, but Gary Rowett is delighted by the fact that his side were able to continue their good home form after beating Middlesbrough 2-0 at the Den. The Lions boast Mill climbing up to 13th in the championship table as a result. The Lions also boast the third best home record in the entire division, picking up 15 points from 7 matches in SE16. I think it followed the path of a lot of home games, I'd say, Rowett said after. I've said before, I think our home form has been excellent. It would have been very easy to go back to a back five for the home game, but I just thought there was enough in the Rotherham performance to try it at home. I thought there were moments where it worked really well. I've seen transitions. Oh, we've already heard this. This was on the other story, so Boggy's best performance, yada yada yada. Nice early positive goal, yeah. So yeah, we already read that one in the other story. My apologies. Moving on. So Gary Rowett wants more from Millwall's forwards. He wants more. More! Zion Fleming's brace made him the Lions' top scorer after 13 league games. Yeah, like I said, I think one of them's going to get taken off it, so comme ci, comme ça. Gary Rowett's keen for Millwall's attacking players to contribute more after Zion Fleming scored a brace in their 2-0 win at the Den. The Lions were often accused of relying too heavily on Jed Wallace in recent seasons, but the Dutchman has stepped up to fill the gap he left when joining West Brom over the summer. He's now scored 4 goals in 4 matches. You got to do what works, mate. If you got to build the team around Fleming, build the team around Fleming. I mean, it is what it is. If that's what gets results, like who else is going to do it? Bradshaw? How many chances has Bradshaw missed over the last 2 games? Bury missed a one-on-one. When these players get the chances, they're not taking them. Fleming can make goals out of thin air. He can hit a cracker from 20 yards out. Like, you know what I mean? So Rowett, however, believes that some of Fleming's teammates should be helping out in the final third and believes that his side will be able to improve even more when that happens. Yes. Bradshaw did that last season. He had a run where I think he scored something like 8 and 10. Benning, I think after Christmas, had a very good run. I think different types of goals and different types of players, that's what you need. You need more than one player that goes on that run. You need different threats coming from all over. Of course, you're going to play 4-2-3. Oh, here we go. 4-2-3-1 or 4-2-4. Then those front 4 attacking players need to contribute in games with goals and assists and moments of quality. I thought we created some big chances in the first half. That was my only disappointment, that even though we're a little fortuitous with the first goal to go ahead. I thought there were a couple of big chances. Boggy's cross to Zion probably should score, do a lot better. Bradders, when Bogey hits an absolute rock and the keeper spills it, should really score from the rebound. A 1-0, but always fearful that one thing changes the course of the game. So there you go. And that's it for the post-match comments from Gary Rowett, like I said. So he really doesn't keep moaning about the formation. But it works, and we'll see next game. Here's the thing: if he changes it now, if he goes back, and we play poorly, or we lose, or both, it's going to be on him. It's like he's going to get crucified. So I think, like he's saying, we played the same team, even though we played Wednesday, Saturday. He's played the same team from Rotherham till today. He didn't make any change. So, Is he literally just playing? He's going to play the same players over and over till he's forced into a change, or till we lose, and then he can change it. So again, with this formation, the 4-2-3-1, is he going to keep playing this formation until we lose, and then he say, "Oh, we lost because it was 4-2-3-1," even though we might go on like a 20-game unbeaten run now. As soon as we lose, we say, "Oh, we should have played 3-5-2," and change it back. He's got some kind of stick up his bum about this formation stuff. But anyway, we're going to finish up today's video, by talking about some of the youngsters. And Millwall's Chin Ockley joins Torquay United on loan. I believe that they lost 1-0 today, and he did play 90 minutes. So let me just check that. But yeah, so Millwall's under-21s defender Chin Ockley has joined Torquay United on a 28-day youth loan. So there you go, and they play in the National League. And indeed, they were at York City today, and he did play 90 minutes. So there you go. And supporters can keep up to date with the progress of Ockley and the lines of other loanees in Millwall FC's weekly Loan Watch feature, which will probably be on Monday's video, so keep an eye on that. I think the reason why he's gone out on loan is the other youngster, Kamal Grant. I think his loan at Dagenham ended, so he's come back. So one defender back, another defender out on loan. And we're going to finish today's video by talking about Big Alex Mitchell. Had a roller coaster of a day up in Scotland, up in Perth, as St Johnstone played Celtic at the lunchtime game, which I believe was on television. He scored his first goal, scored his first professional goal, and you can see here the match events from WhoScored.com. Today we're losing 1-0, which is a miracle in itself, how they weren't losing by more. But they were only losing 1-0 going into the 90th minute. So 90 plus 1, Geezer gives away a free kick, gets booked for it. St Johnstone, in swinger, into the area, literally everyone's forward. Alex Mitchell goes over quite a few players' heads, lands at Alex Mitchell, his right foot, brings it down, deadens the ball, side foots it with his left foot into the goal. Everyone goes crazy. Absolutely brilliant. Runs off. Yeah, he's just drawn against Celtic. That's what a result. It was in injury time. 2 minutes later, literally from the kickoff, Celtic come in and they score another goal and go 2-1 up. What a kicker! What an absolute kicker! He thought he scored his first professional goal. They don't genuinely let him go forward. I think it was just like, everyone get up. What an absolute peach of a goal to score for a defender. Like, normally he hits them with his head. He throws himself in there. No, this was a beautiful goal. The ball comes over everyone. He deadens it with his right foot. Immediately side foots it into the empty net. Absolutely stunning goal. And Celtic just boom, straight from the kickoff, boom. Go down the left wing, cross it in, and then Geezer runs in. Giacomakis dives in and from point blank range into the net, and then they're the ones going crazy because they won 2-1. So just like I said, we'll get into this on Monday's video properly, the Loan Watch. But big Alex Mitchell with a peach of a goal, which you can see on Sports Scene on BBC iPlayer. Just tell them that you do have a TV license, even if you don't. That's how you get to watch it. Yeah, there you go. Absolutely brilliant goal. And on that note, thank you for watching, and